Hair tied. Got
Okay, we are live. Well, not live, just recording live. The camera isn't
And
on.
welcome everybody to the Netherworld Playground.
Yeah,
We're
that.
here live. This is the Nekomata. No, wait, SekikoRiku. God, I'm gonna take a
SekikoRiku.
long time. Yeah.
That's fine. It'll take you as long as it took you when I switched names to Riku.
So 17 and a half years.
17 and a half years.
It's like 17 and a quarter. Don't sell yourself short.
All right, Gorby,
That's
Cappy
true. Thank
screwed
you
up.
for boosting my moral.
Cappy screwed up my intro. Why don't you do it?
She means you.
No, I said Cappy screwed up my intro. Why don't you do it?
Yeah, you as in Cappy.
You.
No, I'm telling you to do it because he messed it up.
Okay.
Gorby?
Hi, everybody. This over here is the SekikoRiku. What?
It's hello from the Netherworld Playground.
Hello from the Netherworld Playground. Damn it.
The playground.
The Netherworld Playground.
I have not read the script.
No,
I think I
Playground.
could do it better though.
Give it a go if you want to. It's hello from the Netherworld Playground, and then I say my name, so you can say yours, and then whatever, and then it's, we're here with a podcast episode, Just do your thing. Give it a go.
Also, have you kept the recordings for bloopers? Because this would be an amazing.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't cut any of these.
Good. Wait, so all of this is going to be on the video?
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Suffer with us.
Now you get stage fright.
Playground. This is SekikoRiku.
No, you're
I
Tam.
am Tamu. I said this is SekikoRiku, pointing at Riku.
Yeah, she pointed at me. Okay, let's do this. We're going to go in introductory order because the first couple episodes for this podcast for the Violet Youkai has been me trying to introduce various friends I'm going to have on the podcast every once in a while. It will not always be the same people, but I just want to have like the first few episodes be like, here's two, here's two, here's two. It's always going to be me, obviously, because I'm the shamer. It's always going to be Gorby because this whole podcast is structured around gay splitting things to Gorby. So Gorby and I should be introduced from the first two episodes. But let's do a quick go around. You can say your name. You can say your whatever you want to say about yourself, so people know why you're here on a gay podcast. I am Riku. I'm she/her. I am a demi. I do not care about genitals. I care about emotions. I am not lewd that way. Gorby?
Lewd in other ways.
What ways?
I'll talk about it later. Look, we're late to filming this podcast because you got distracted by Yuri.
No, Luna would not let it go.
Do we need to bring
so
up
anyway,
the chorus thing?
Bring up what thing?
Do we need to bring up the Avaporus thing from the other night?
No,
that was Sonia.
It's Avapositor,
that was
by the way,
we
not
learned that about.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. Where the hell was I? I'm Corso / Gorby. I'm cishet, he, him, some dumbass guy. I don't know why they put up with me.
Best boy ally.
You're very generous. I try. But yeah, that's me. You probably know me at this point, so.
Yeah, the two of us have been introduced in previous podcast episodes, so it's really these two we need to get introduced. So here you go, Cappy. Say what you want to about yourself. You're on camera.
Hi there. I'm Cappy. I am bi, also he, him. I am on here because I am a recovering bigot. I used to be one of the worst people on this planet, and now I am actually mildly decent. Nice to meet you.
I'd like to disagree with
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Very decent.
Also, best boy ally. You're a good boy.
Cappy's good boy.
Cappy's good boy.
Good boy with checkered past, but good boy.
The fact that you used to be not a good boy is that you are now a good boy is a big part of why I have so much respect for you as a person. You've done so much growth.
It is not easy to change, so yeah, definitely props for that.
I respect someone who's made a mistake, and come back from it, than someone who never made a mistake in the first place.
Well, thank you,
Anyway,
Pen.
hi. Oh, I am Tamu, she, her. I'm Pan, I'm trans, I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating and gets everywhere. Shut up, Golby.
You literally
I
just read
got
off
it.
your VR chat bio.
Wait, is that still my VR chat bio?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is.
That's okay.
Wait, actually. I mean, hey, it describes me very succinctly. And
Yeah,
it's
no,
also
it
a
works.
fun meme.
It works. It definitely works.
Unlike Riku, I am very spicy, but I also don't care about genitals, but in the other way.
In the other way.
I'd ask how many ways there are to like genitals, but I don't think I want to know the
To
answer.
not care about
You-
to not care about what genitals someone has.
There, you don't want to know that answer, Gorby.
Yeah, I don't think
If
I
you
do.
want it, I'll give you a quick. I'll give you the quick PG answer.
Is there? Is there like a number
A number of what?
of how many ways? Is it like
Uh,
5?
it's just. I don't think he was taking account. It's just like
No, this
So, like,
this is
5.5?
great. This is the whole point of this podcast.
how can you have half a way?
Look,
What?
sometimes it's cold.
I was swimming.
I was in the pool.
I
I was
guess-
in the pool.
Or I guess Unix exists, right?
Sure.
Wait, what?
Sure.
What did I?
I imagine not as
What
much
did I
as they
miss?
used to,
We,
fortunately.
Not as
we
much
just
as
were
I
making
used
like
to.
a bunch of like 90s references.
Yeah, I wasn't alive
Uh,
in the 1900s.
He's a baby.
No, the difference is that to me, it's not important or material what physical body a person inhabits, whereas Tam actively likes all of them.
So it's
Oh, 2.
like her interest isn't in that.
Two that have
My
been
interest
counted
is
thus far.
just in- well,
Just ignore me. Proceed.
We can't ignore you. Part of the podcast
I
hinges
mean-
on you.
I mean, when you go about that thing, and I guess like this might end up being what the podcast is about. There's more like there's 2 main sets, but then everything kind of devolves from there.
He's
It's
not
like having
talking
a Venn
about.
diagram, except the
He's not talking about how many sets of genitals are there. He's talking about how many ways are there to like genitals. Because like you and I like them in
how
opposite
many
ways,
colors?
or don't.
Yeah,
Don't.
how
or-
many colors are there on a color picker?
Well, my Crayola box had like 8.
You had a very small Crayola box.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was
what
not
is
a
that?
fortunate trans child.
Fortunate crayon
I see.
child.
I had to buy my own crayon box, and so I went for the big one.
Oh my god. Cappy, you strike me as the kind of
Yeah,
kid that ate your crayons. Or at
I
least
did
chewed
chew on them.
or at least chewed on them, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm not going to
The-
talk about things.
the
I ate as
purple
a
was
kid,
my
'cause
favorite.
We don't.
it
we
was
don't wanna go
grape
there.
flavored.
Sand.
I am
You already
so
mentioned
cold.
it.
I am so cold. It is
No,
so
I
cold
don't
here.
like
Oh
sand.
my god, jeez.
I
Okay.
ate sand once when I was a baby.
My hands are
I
gonna
also
drift
didn't
in
like it.
my hands are gonna drift in funny ways because I'm very cold and I have a blanket now. It's so freaking
Riku's flashing gang
God.
signs again.
I can't. Ugh,
See, at this
cold.
point, she looks like she's doing like Naruto jutsus.
It's so
Yeah,
cold,
it
you guys.
does.
It's so cold. Sonic, you thought it was
Hey,
cold.
do you want to swap?
Get-
It's really warm over here.
Get
I have
your
a fan on
get your
and like,
blankie.
I have my blankie. That's my problem right now because like
Oh,
my VR, I have a Quest, so it's like inside out tracking, and like the blanket covers it. Like my headset loses tracking with my controllers.
oh, rip.
I wish I had some gloves.
I would give you some of the heat from here because I have too much.
I'd rather be cold than hot.
hmm But building
Like
on that
sulfur.
question that Gorby had, also as a
I'm
bi
sorry.
person, Gorby. But building on that question, I like both, but I prefer one over the other, which is more as a bi person. It's kind of a spectrum. I
That's
prefer. I
fair.
lean more towards. I prefer generally women more than men, but I do also enjoy men at the same time. To where obviously you being a case. Sorry
As he well
for your
knows.
sake.
Cappy is my internet husband.
Yep, internet.
Sorry.
Hey, it's
Excuse me.
something. It's something. He's admitted some
Take
degree of
an
it now.
upgrade.
He's admitted
It's
some
an
degree of it
upgrade.
now. It's fine.
The word
Happy
soap
day.
would imply that that Gorby doesn't know. Gorby knows.
Also, don't cut that part. It's forever memorialized.
I don't
now.
have any
It's
choice in the matter,
memorialized.
but yeah, I admit it.
Yeah.
But so for bi people, it's definitely a spectrum. So it's kind of a way to picture, I guess, would kind of say towards like kind of similar to our demi, to where you kind of more gravitate towards the person rather than just the genital himself, if that makes sense. Like it's not anybody.
I mean, I'm straight and I do that.
I mean, absolutely. And so
Yeah,
that's
but-
kind of one of the big things is that
but-
a lot of people don't understand when it comes to LGBTQ spectrum. You obviously have no issue with this being an ally, and something I definitely had to learn growing up into this is that LGBTQ people is obviously not a fetish, and so it's not all like a sexual thing. Like it's a love-based thing, and so the people who are that are more focused on the person rather than the sexual part of it.
Yeah, but
I
But
gotta
going-
So they're
be right back
focused
to
on the
Chan room, like,
people
someone said
rather
on
than
his
the
tracking.
genital.
Okay.
Oh yeah, go ahead. So they're focused on the people rather than the genital.
But Courtney, being straight, the set of genitals is not a consideration for you in the first place. So you have the freedom to choose the emotions because like there's no other layer to have to go through first.
Yeah, that's fair.
It removes an element from your equation. Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm better. It's fine.
Talking about elements, I like the element of supplies.
And also water. We know you well.
So
Water isn't an element; it's a combination of elements.
let me pick
Fair
on you
enough.
for a minute, Cappy. I'm gonna put the camera on you for a minute
Okay.
because I want to. I've been looking forward to getting you on the podcast. And can I just click on this stupid? Oh my god,
You don't say.
I can't.
Oh, but you
There it
haven't been
goes.
looking forward to me. I say I didn't.
No, I've been looking forward to both of you, but for different reasons. I want to get in Cappy's real quick, though. I wanted everybody on for spin-off
Yeah.
reasons. Cappy, I
Yeah.
wanted on in particular because Cappy, you are actually literally currently in my life the only bi man that I personally of knowing, and I
Mhm.
find I find bi people fascinating in general, because like the idea of
Mhm.
like being bi versus being pan is like such a fine detail, such a fine difference.
Ooh,
We'll get to
ooh,
you. Put your
another
hand
fine-
down. We're on Cappy right now.
Oh.
It's such a fine. You can talk about it in a second. I'll switch to you in a minute here, because I do want that. I do want that
Yeah.
distinction talked about. But I want to get on Cappy about this first because as the only one who identifies that I know of as bi right now, because everybody else in our friend group has different identifiers. If you don't find it too personal, if you wouldn't mind telling me a little bit about how you got to that point with your realizations, because I imagine it has something to do with how you were saying you used to be a not so great person. So I imagine that came in a similar journey.
It's.
It's so cold.
I probably should have thought about how to answer a similar question like this. When I came
I
in,
like the
but I've
cold
always
on the
been
heat.
I do.
that I definitely do. But when I've always been much more of a energetic. I've never identified perfectly with either the pure masculine types or kind of the more what you would kind of say is more like the the stereotypical the the traditional flamboyant gay types either. I've never really fit into a perfect box.
Which is funny
to where it
because he
allowed
used to be a
me-
wrestler,
Yeah,
which is about as
And-
masculine as it gets.
and
It's
that's
also kind of
exactly-
gay.
But that's
True.
exactly
It kind
it.
of is, yeah.
And that's exactly
Yeah.
it. Is so like it fits into this box to where, but I also did a
Like,
whole
if you
bunch of
fist
other
bump Corby,
sports
but I
too.
can't reach.
Like I've done soccer, I've done track, I've done lacrosse, I've done baseball, I've done numerous other sports. And so I've been on the more masculine spectrum, but I've also done musics. I've done the arts. I've done more like softer things, and to what like traditional patriarchal things would consider more feminine or quote unquote gay or not as masculine things. And so I've all done them at the same time, and so I've never really fit into like a perfect little square or like a checkbox. And so one thing that I grew up and that I appreciated, even though I kind of brought some strife for young Morgan, was I could be friends with anybody. And I could be friends with like the most jockiest of jocks, but I could also be friends with the nerdiest of nerds, the most queen bees of the schools, like of the mean girls, or the brattiest of the girls, to even the most like rejected of the outcasts. I could be friends with all of them.
You social
So I've always been
butterfly.
Yeah, I've always been that. And so kind of I've never really fit myself to any sort of archetype. So that's kind of the background of the question or of my answer. And so
Mhm.
then growing up, I've always kept myself, and so that kept that in mind of like I never held myself to a belief of I am this way. I am a masculine man. I am a such and such. I am a this. I am a this. I am a that. I am a that. I've never felt that way, and so when I grew up, and finally started kind of coming out of my belief systems of, unfortunately growing out of the, or fortunately growing out of the church and some of the nasty school beliefs of not just the LGBT stuff, but even racisms and other stuff that I had. Coming out of those shells, I started seeing myself in different lights, and there was an incident that maybe we can get into later into the podcast,
Mhm.
to where I had a very very, we'll say, intimate encounter. It wasn't the best kind, with a fully gay man, and wasn't the best encounter. In fact, it was a very bad one. But as I healed from it, I realized I didn't fully hate it as much as like the trauma it left me. But I realized I didn't fully hate it, and it made me realize it was like, you know what? Maybe there's some things I need to realize about myself. That I do have these parts of me that I am kind of curious about stuff. And so I
So
started
the
looking into
distaste was
more
more for the
bits.
circumstances and less for the physicality of it.
Yeah. And so it was more about of an interest and more about the things like that. And this is kind of where it gets to a little bit of an unfortunate stance, because not
Not
to
to
get
say anything you're not
too
comfortable with. Not to say anything you're not comfortable with.
no, I'm fine. But not to get too heavy for the podcast, but as all of you know, I've dealt with health issues over the past few years,
Mm-hmm.
and since then it's kind of, and of course with COVID and various other things from the world, I've not gotten out to the various wide world, and I've not gotten the chance to really fully explore those kind of curiosities and forsakes like that. So since then, since kind of coming and blooming into this realization, I've never really gotten the chance to fully explore these kind of things in person. It's something I've kind of wrestled with and even felt a little guilt over. Um, of of oh, am I really such this way, or am I just like fetishizing it? And so I'll wrestle with it sometimes, and then days I'll wake up and it's like, no, I'm definitely this way. I need to be confident. Definitely this way. And it can be a hard thing wrestling with the identity of that, especially from where I grew up, where I was. And I think I strayed a little bit from your question, so can you repeat what it was?
No,
Something
you're
about
fine. You
the
covered
pan
it.
ideals.
You covered it. No. I'm going to pass that over to Tam in a second here, but I do want to mention, though, that it is very natural to end up in a position in your life where you may not have had all the experiences that you're after yet, and you're still questioning things. And this isn't just talking to you, Cappy. I'm talking to the camera, too. It's like
Mm-hmm.
having a situation where you're like, does it count? Am I really? Like, is it serious? Is it real? Am I fetishizing? Whatever, like that. Those are very natural questions. And when people have posed this to me in the past, I like to tell people it's like, it doesn't matter. Honestly, like if you're questioning or you're just curious or whatever, you still count. You count until you decide you don't count. Right? Like it's all about what you want, what makes you happy, what your preferences are. And if you're not entirely sure what your preferences are, that's fine. You'll get there. And if you find that those change from what you expect them to be, that's also valid, and it's okay to do that. And if it ends up being exactly what you thought they'd be, that's also fine. You count until you decide you don't count, and it's as real as anybody else's is real. And once you get that experience, and it's just going to validate it or not, and you just go from there. So it's okay to be questioning.
Well said.
But do you want to pass
So,
the camera over to Tam
by
really
this
quick
point,
here?
yeah.
By
So
what?
at this point, I have three. Yeah, at this point, I have like three different, I guess, conversation things here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll go in reverse chronological order.
Okay, I'm gonna
So, like,
bundle up.
what you're just
It's so
saying there,
cold.
like, so what you're just saying about like, if you figure it out and you're right, you pay, and if you change, like, you figure yourself out. It's sort of like the moon. The moon has phases. It's not less of the moon at any point of the time. As you
Yeah,
go through life, you have phases. You know, just like as like childhood, like
right.
young adult, full adult, like old. Those are phases too. You change as a person over the course of your life. That
Yeah.
doesn't make you any less you, because that like continuous stream, that continuous change is part of what makes you.
And it can change again later too. Like that's no less valid than it was
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Yeah.
set in stone. Everything's evolving.
Yeah. And if someone were to never change, that means that they would never learn, they'd never experience anything new. And honestly, that's kind of sad in a way.
Yeah.
Like to just never become more than what you were previously.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely.
But what was the other thing?
The pan thing.
No, that was the oldest one. I had like another point there.
Oh.
Oh, I lost it.
That's
Yeah.
okay. We'll get back to it if you
Personally,
remember. But I wanted to ask you in particular.
yeah.
I've been looking forward to having you on in particular, Tam, because I want to get. I was going to ask Alice this too because when last episode Alice also identifies as pan, but I wanted Pan's some perspective on the difference between pan and bi.
I'd say, like, if it's a Venn diagram, there's a lot of overlap.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I feel like bi is more like a label of liking two like genders.
Right.
You know, bi being two, and that's not to say that the like is only two. Like you could be like male and female, or male and non-binary, or like
Mm-hmm.
this and this. Because like gender itself is also a spectrum. Think your color picker again. Like there's very like vague groups you can kind of put some of them in,
Right.
but then for every rule there's an exception. So it's like if you have your color picker, like you could say like red is your masculine. Okay, but how many types of red are there?
Yeah.
Or like, you know,
Varying
like
shades.
Yeah,
At least 5.5.
and like,
Oh, shut up.
thanks, Colby. So like, even in what you recognize as like one,
Hang your head for the
color
camera.
or third,
Hang your
there's
head. Thank you.
yeah, so even in like what you see as one color or thread, you have many different shades. Even what you see of like masculine, there's a whole bunch of different like ways of expressing it. Like,
Mhm.
and everyone is different in that way. So I don't like. How would I say it? Yeah, so like on that point, like bi is sort of like picking two kind of like vague, like of your like gender circles, going, oh, like these two in particular. But some people who are bi like more than just like two kind of groups.
Right.
And you know what? If they still identify with the label of bi, let them. Like, it's not punching you in the teeth. Like, it's just,
Right. No.
oh, they use a different label. So I feel like more let people find the joy in the label that they choose, even if the label is not necessarily like completely accurate. But then
Right.
again, like the entire label is vague concepts because it's all about like gender and sexuality, which
Yeah.
are, as part of just the human condition, are vague and intricate as well.
Well, like you said, like it's all a spectrum and it's all different colors, it's all different shades. And ultimately, nothing's ever going to fully fit. Nothing's ever going to fully work entirely unless you're a straight cishet boring person. So,
But yeah,
but
but yeah, for
it's like it's
example,
all a
like
spectrum. It's all gonna like nothing's even I used to tell people I was bi, even though it's not exactly accurate because it's demi. I just don't care. That's all it is. But it's like easier to explain than like to like the average person. It's easier just to explain. It's easier to say yeah bi than it is to like get into the whole deal. So it's usually when the conversation deepens, you get to know somebody more, then you start to like open up and broaden it or whatever. So nothing's ever gonna fit entirely, but
yeah, I'd say like going back to that color like pick kind of thing. I'd say like bi is like you're choosing two colors, whether it be like red and yellow or orange or green or any kind of thing like that. And it's just going, you know what, you eat all of it. It's all good.
all colors.
Yeah.
Woo!
But then also like, for example, if you like green but you aren't particularly interested in blue, at what point do you count green and blue? Because like the cyan or teal or
Aqua.
yeah, things like that. Where it's like, okay, a bit of both, and everyone's limits, even if they have like the same like color, they're trying to do like grippy, like color preference would be like different like lines of where exactly they would cut that off. Like someone would go like, oh yeah, I might not like I like green, but I don't like blue. But then they like this one, but then they don't like that one. But someone else does the same, like I like green but not blue, might go, oh yeah, I like both of these. Or someone else might go, oh no, I like neither of these. Like for example, your aqua, your teal, your all of that. Like it
Right.
might be in different lines for different people. So I guess label is more like kind of giving the general idea of like, oh hey, this is vaguely where my lines are, so that everyone kind of gets like that concept of, oh yeah, about here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the exact lines are as as is everything with humanity, including like, you know, physical things, is very pretty blurry.
Yeah, I agree entirely.
Like if I can continue rambling.
Go for it.
Yeah. Like as you know,
Just don't
trans,
take
I
up the whole hour.
have
She will if you let her.
I know.
okay, listen, Cappy.
I played
But yeah,
Woo with
like
you one night. You rambled for 5 hours. You blushed at the
no
perfect time,
comment.
right as you said that.
No comment. um but yeah, so like as a trans person, I find biology to be something that I'm quite interested in, both because of how it personally identifies with me, and then also just like even in fiction, like biology stuff is like, oh, how does that even work? So I've gone into a whole thing of it, and basically like all the basic biology stuff is oversimplified of, well, yes, but not really. Like people going, oh, there's only two sets of genitals. Okay, yes, but not really. Like even besides, like I guess mutations, which would be like things that are not typically seen in the human genome. Even within the human genome, there's possibility for like bits of both, or just entireties of both, or
Yeah.
I guess not entireties of both because they don't both work if you have them because it doesn't have the correct like hormonal levels to make both work in the same body.
But even if you're talking on like chromosome levels, there are XX and X and YY and XXY and XYY. Like they exist.
Yeah.
Intersex is a
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, and like
And
I
hermaphroditism.
find it, yeah, I find it hilarious though when people use the thing like, oh, there's XY and like XX and XY, and that's all. You
And
really
they
haven't
are
done your research, have you?
wrong.
You have not done your research, have you? Just
No, they haven't.
like I've seen things like with androgen insensitive like people with XY chromosomes, which is your typical like male, looking feminine, and instead like incredibly feminine because their body just does not have any receptor for androgens at all. So like they will look more feminine than like some XX like cis females just because their body does not react to like any other androgen like receptors.
Interesting.
And like
Humans are weird.
without yeah without going to like huge genetic things, they would just think, oh yeah, female, basically the very picture of feminine, but like XY chromosomes. Like not even like, oh hey, having transition, just ta-da, there, all female,
Ta-da.
like cis female basically, but XY chromosomes. But then as Gobi was saying, like there's XXY or triple X, which is unfortunate because of how the lettering can also lead to other things. Not unfortunate as in like those people are any lesser, because that's not a stance I want to go anywhere near.
I actually knew a person one time that was an XXY, and he was, his face was obviously masculine, but was softer, like the curvature of his jaw and everything. He had like a rounder, more feminine face, like feminized face, but was still masculine in appearance. And he was like this
Mhm.
pinky little beanpole body. He had like no muscle mass or definition, but his shoulders were still kind of broad, and like his hips weren't rounded. So it's like literally you start at his head, you like go down with your eyes. It's like male, female, male, female, male, female, male.
Wow.
Masculine, feminine, all the way down. It's funny.
Yeah, and that's just like genetics, and that's not even to say like hormonal levels, which can differ or like sometimes differ vastly.
Yeah.
And not even all of them are like for sexual characteristics, which is what you recognize as the main dimorphosis between like typical male and typical female.
Right.
Like there's hormones for just all kinds of things just that run the body. I'm not sure if like adrenaline counts as a hormone. I'd have to like double check that, but like things like that, which is like it's got nothing to do with the actual like reproductive system in any way, shape, or form,
Right.
that are still hormonal levels and can still like alter the appearance without actually being part of the like I guess hotspots of it.
And it's such a fascinating thought too, like as far as like body shape versus like even the sexuality side of it, like just purely with the hormonal thing and the body shape and everything. Having talked to various trans people, it strikes me as such a crazy thing where if you think about like the specific difference between like a masculine appearance person, a feminine appearance person, really for a person transitioning, the difference is a hormone balance and like 3 surgeries. It really
I
boils
mean,
down to
even
like not as
besides
much.
that, yeah, the actual like difference between like typical masculine, typical femme, like boils down to like what hormones they like were receptive to, like when going through puberty, because obviously that's like your whole kind of thing. But also like during, I guess, like childbirth kind of era where like the things are defined. But like besides that, even like the difference between male and female is so little when you compare it to say other species. Like example, look at the peacock, a male and female peacock. You can tell like instantly the distance because one of them has a huge like bunch of tail feathers that are like beautiful and vibrant, and one does not. And that's like a whole, I'd say at least half their body mass because like feathers would be less solid than the rest of their body, but like half their body mass and difference just on appearance. Whereas humans, it's like everyone has, a chest, everyone has hips, everyone has shoulders, everyone has the same amount of limbs. Like generally, it only comes down to like slight differences, like
I don't.
whether or not the
I don't have a chest.
moving on.
I'm actually going to go ahead and cut us off. I don't want the entire podcast to be biology tonight. We are about
That's
a little over halfway over, but I do want to pose a funny question for the fun topics of it. So along the vein of like the color spectrum that we were talking about a minute ago, it's kind of in the same vein of like what kind of things you vibe with versus don't vibe with or whatever. Yay. So
Yellow.
yeah. Along the same topics, the fun question I'm going to pose, and I will. Gorby said, like, I'm gonna take it. I don't care. Sorry, sucks to be you. I'm gonna take it. So, is it gay to like be attracted to a gender bent character? So, you start with a character in like a media, game, show, anime, whatever, and then there's like. You get like isekai or whatever. Now the character has gone from one to the other. Like you get the boy character, gets isekai, now he's a female, right? Or you get like the girl that like has like some sort of swap thing happen in the show, and now she's a guy or whatever. Like, or without any context whatsoever, you could take like Bowser, and now we have Bowsette, right? Like, if you start with one, you swap to the other, and you're attracted as a gay. Does it mean this is a gay attraction?
Well, depends. Like, gay in what way? For example, is it like Gorby looking at it?
Gorby being attracted to Bowsette. Because that's what we first.
Riku.
You're welcome. You said you wanted credit for the thought, so I got you.
But yeah, because like, obviously, for first, like gay, homo, like being attracted to the same sex. It's like, okay, is that like a male character being attracted to the male gender bend of a female character, or is it like a male character being attracted to the female gender bend of a male character, kind of thing? Like, at what point?
Either both. Thoughts on either?
Fair. I would say it's more based on the given like gender expression of the character at the given time of attraction. So again, to steal like Gorby for this example,
I'm
if
helping.
he's attracted to Bowsette, good job. Yeah, if he's attracted to Bowsette, I wouldn't say so because that is a specifically feminine form of like a character design, which is not like specifically gendered. I mean, like the character is, but the character design isn't. Does that make sense?
Yep,
it makes sense to me. I agree with you.
Cool.
What do you think, Happy?
Yeah. But then,
oh, she's not done. Back to down.
Remember, I will ramble the entire time they've given to me.
I know. I'm just trying to keep things moving, though. Wrap up your thought. Let me take Happy next.
But yeah, if it was a female character gender bent to a male like variant and a male like observer, I would say that is gay because the attraction is towards the male like expression, like gender expression of that character.
So Gorby being attracted to Bowsette not gay. Gorby being attracted to Bowser gay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Happy, what do you think?
I think that pretty succinctly puts it. But if I were to add anything to it, I would have to say, hello.
Shift the beam.
Lick the camera.
Happy, do not eat the camera until we are done.
I just licked it.
What did it taste like?
Just making sure you remember.
YouTube algorithm.
It tastes like a
Tasty.
YouTube. I never tasted the YouTube algorithm before.
You should. A little
Apparently
butter on
Kathy
top.
has.
Divine.
Yes, it does. Anyway, so if I were to add
hmm.
anything to it, I would probably say how permanent is the transformation? Is it something like, are they snapping
Ooh, that's an interesting
back
point.
and forth?
Like Ranma.
Yeah. If it's Ranma, like that snaps back and forth just as easily as a
Ranma.
splash of water, then that could be considered gay. Is it something like a full-on they're permanently swapped? No, not gay.
Well, even in the
Is
case
it-
of like Ranma, though, like if you're only attracted to the female form, for example, then you're not attracted to the male form. Like it may switch quickly, but it's still question mark. I could see an argument either way on that one.
What's your opinion on
see
it?
where
Give
I'm
too much
going
of an
with it.
opinion.
My personal
see where I'm-
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I never really thought about it, honestly.
Well, you're the one that wanted to bring this up in the first place. I stole it from you, so you better develop an opinion real fucking quick because we're recording.
That was because of a picture of Bowsette.
I know why it was. I was there when it happened.
I still don't know how to feel about it because, like,
How about
because,
Riku,
like,
what's
I
your
mean,
opinion
supposedly
then?
you take the hat off of her, she's back to Bowser.
I'll give my
And,
opinion once we've all given opinions.
You know, Bowser's, he seems like a good dad to his kids or whatever, but it's not my thing.
And
One
you
word.
say you're a monster fucker.
Would.
Would
Tam would.
Bowser?
Tam says would.
I mean, understandable.
I don't think Tam has
Seems
a lot
a
of
little-
wouldn'ts, honestly.
He seems a little bit forceful with Peach to me, but
Shockingly,
I am
one
not
of the
gonna bring up
better.
post I just thought of on stream.
that's
shockingly
okay. We
one of
all
the
know what he
better,
was.
The better cartoon dads.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Best
I don't know
dad.
who that is.
So my take on the matter is, I feel like
I haven't
yes,
even watched Perry the Platypus and I know who it is. Sorry.
Phineas and
So just had to
Ferb.
interrupt you to yell at Corby real quick.
that's
You know,
okay.
important things.
So important
Yeah,
things.
sometimes you gotta.
My take on the matter is
Sorry,
that it's very much back to the whole shades and degrees of the situation, right? And that may seem like an easy answer, but I actually have a reason for it because I'm going to say yes, it's gay. It doesn't matter like what version you're talking about, looking which direction. I don't feel like it matters. I feel like it's more of a degree. So you being attracted about that is a tiny bit gay because she's still got the same personality. She's still the same person. She hasn't
Does
changed who
she
she
though?
is. As far as we know, we've not been given
Nintendo,
any.
get on this shit and make it canon, so we
Right.
have an answer.
We haven't had any degree whatsoever.
I think they tried to decanonize it by having it give, like, when you pick up that crown, only give 10 coins to the person if it's not like Toadette. So it's like, oh no, it only works
Yeah.
on this one character. But nope.
Darn.
Nah,
Well-
no.
Let's go back to the example of Ranma then. I've seen
Okay.
Ranma. The same
haven't.
personality.
I know of it, but I have not seen
Ranma
it.
has the same personality, whether boy or girl.
Okay.
Does not change a whit. During the later parts of the series, as the series goes on, later down the road, Ranma starts experimenting with the feminine condition by allowing herself, while female, to enjoy more feminized things like going out to like a sweets cafe and having a parfait or whatever, or like dressing in more girly clothing or whatever else. But the second that she snaps back to boys, she like gets out of it, or he switches back to his boy clothes and like gets away from it, and actively and consistently shows disdain for feminine things. But the personality that's core, he's still a complete dick to Akane. He's still a complete dick to anybody that rocks up to challenge him in martial arts. He talks shit nonstop, whether in boy or girl form. The personality does not change whatsoever. So I would say that while the physicality when he's in girl form may be like if you're attracted to girl Ranma, then yeah, it's less gay, but it's still a little bit gay because it's still the same dude inside.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's all about degrees as far as I'm concerned.
Then I have a counter for you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Looks girl enough.
Cappy, you're bi,
So
so
femboys?
yeah, femboys are
bi.
great.
Mhm.
Femboys are great, but looks gay, looks
Not my
girl
thing, but
enough.
alright.
Rotate the bean.
Rotate the bean.
Rotate the bean.
Oh,
Bean rotated.
hello.
You know, I saw a funny meme recently about.
We-
I saw a funny meme
Happy
recently
you put
about
your
like
button
it was
on
like
the
a
camera.
it was
You're
like a
rotating the bean too much.
it was a funny meme about bi people, and somebody posted like, okay, bi people, bisexual people, are you a awkward bisexual, like awkward like blushing bisexual, or are you a hey bidding boom pop finger guns bisexual? And then like the very next thing they posted was, I'm getting a lot of both answers, and now I'm suddenly regretting asking a bunch of bisexuals to make a decision.
I was about to say, like, do you see where this is going to go, right? And it turns out, no, they did not.
No, they did not whatsoever. That's
I
funny.
still love the night you asked me that question. Are you the thumbs up bisexual or the finger guns bisexual? And I
Yeah.
panicked, realizing I'm both.
Cappy's over here like,
Yeah,
That checks
I
out.
do finger guns way too often.
finger guns.
Hey.
Alright. We're at 46 minutes. Does anybody have a quick, brief something to bring up before I pass it over to Gorby for his straight boy corner? Brief topic, something silly, something quick, something.
No, I don't think I do. Other than I love you, husband.
For now.
You've tried so hard. You've
It's been
tried
a
so
pretty
hard.
consistent thing. I don't think you're getting away from this one, Gorby.
No, probably not.
You're just gonna make it worse when you start streaming because he's gonna be up in your chat every single time.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be all up in my chat and just be like, "It's me, husband,"
not-
and I'm gonna be like, "Hi, Cappy.
You might as well
Ugh,
just make
this
him a mod now.
Ugh,
You
this
might as well
guy.
just make him a mod now.
I mean, I'll
No,
happily
then I
make
can't
all of
be-
you mods.
No, because then I can't be #1 fan.
Cappy and I are gonna have to
Yes, you
have
can.
Cappy and I are gonna have to have a fight over who gets Gorby's first founder badge.
I think you win by default, but it's okay. Second is the best.
You've known him longer though, technically, so
I met you both at the same time, actually. I just
That's
started
what
talking
Yeah, we
to him
did.
first.
you both keep saying that, but I still maintain I have a very, very distinct memory of knowing Cappy first and Cappy going, hey, this is my friend Gorby, and introducing us.
I talked to him first, but remember, we met him first at the same time on that one site that we should not mention on.
Let's not mention it
on the
here, no. Let's
podcast.
not talk about that.
Yeah. But so we
know
technically met
sites
him
like that.
first. But yes, Tab. But we met him first at the same time.
I don't think
But
so.
I was the first one. Yeah. How would I have met him first?
I thought you
When
met
we
him through
met
that
him
game.
there,
Because by the time
we did.
No, you
Girl,
no,
you
you
and I
met him
joined.
there.
Were at the hip.
Yeah, but
You and I
Gorby
were
had,
joined at the hip.
Gorby had stopped playing that game before I met him.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I basically already stopped playing that game when you joined, when both of you joined.
Yeah, see?
But
I was
you
just
were
still in the Discord
in that
server.
little.
I have nothing to contribute to this conversation.
It's you know what? This is a discussion for later.
We'll pick
This
this up later.
This is an off-camera
yeah.
discussion. So we still don't have any kind of
Origin-
like super special fanfare way
Origin story
to
later.
origin story later. I still don't have any special like fanfare way of introducing Straight Boy Corner, but I do like to end these podcasts for Gorby because he's the big ally, and I do enjoy teasing him during the course of things. So Let's go ahead and have your straight boy question order.
Boy
Okay,
Incredibly
so-
big ally, as in like he is extremely tall.
He is extremely
I
tall.
am large man.
You're a large man. It's okay. Bears are hot.
I'm perfectly average sized at 6'4".
You shut the fuck up. Ask your question.
Okay. so my question is actually specifically because Cappy is here, so I'm glad that this was brought up very recently.
Oh.
And this is in the case of being someone who is straight.
Mm-hmm.
If I am pursued by someone who is a gay man or a bi man,
Mm-hmm.
is the better etiquette there to just be like, no thanks, I'm not interested? Should I be like, no thanks, I'm straight? Does one of these hurt more? Is one of them insulting? What is the proper etiquette to turn down somebody for not being in your sexual preference?
I can't answer
I can
as a
actually-
boy, so I'm gonna turn this to Cappy. I can answer in terms of gay etiquette overall, but I'll let Cappy talk about the guy aspect first.
So I can actually answer this somewhat personally because this was before I came out. So one of the big reasons that I came out was, or that I started kind of opening up from my whole becoming a better person arc, was shock therapy from going from good Christian boy to joining restaurants and seeing that whole span of people, and especially going out as I got older. And there was a extremely flamboyant man. His name was Lewis, tall black guy. If you think I pursue you hard, Gorby, you would probably like uppercut this man, because he was like, the way I pursue you, he would be the kind of guy that would borderline grope me and be like, Cappy, I'm going to do drugs off your body, kind of guy.
Jesus.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And at this point, I was
just
perfectly
gonna-
straight. And so I actually got requests, or I asked other people wanting to maintain a good relationship with this guy because he was a coworker. And when he wasn't this way, because he's only this way when he was drunk, otherwise he was a swell, hilarious dude, and like a really good server who would always have my back during the shift. So I didn't want to fully burn bridges,
Right.
but I wanted to like lay down the law for him. But I asked, and I pretty much got across the board for at least this guy that yeah, you just need to be straight and honest with him. Pun intended. Pun not intended. But just be like, hey, Lewis, look, obviously if you can already tell, I'm not into this. I'm straight. I'm not fine with your advances. I never will be. We can be friends. We can be coworkers. Just back off. Leave it at that. And otherwise, keep me at an arm's length. That's the way
Fair.
it be. Just be respectful, be honest. Just don't be an asshole. And 99 times out of 100, they'll be okay with that. And
I feel like don't be an asshole is a good general advice for every situation.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Gorby waited for episode 30 to get Cappy on here to be like, so how do I, hypothetically speaking, with nobody in particular in mind, refuse the advances of another man?
You caught on to that, did you?
You have any opinions on this, Tam?
Yeah, I'd probably say like rejection based on not having the attraction for that like gender, basically in this case, or like sexuality. In possible other cases, is just a better way to go. Of like, hey, like you aren't a bad person. I'm not. I don't have any problem with you. It's just this isn't my, I guess, like target zone. this isn't like the group. Like, this isn't what I'm attracted to. This isn't like to like basically take Gorby's thing here. Like, I'm not attracted to dudes. You're a dude. Not attracted. Nothing wrong with you. Just that's the lines. But like, yeah, just
Time to get gender bent.
Gender bent. So you're saying if
Some
Cappy gender
people?
bent.
If it was
We're
in
talking
Lewis's
permanent.
power, he probably would.
Gorby.
No, when you splash
But-
him with water.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'll get you. I got that feature coming soon.
That's funny. I'm gonna weigh in here too on this one because my biggest thing is, aside from the don't be a dick thing, because obviously that's the best advice in general. From the standpoint of somebody who has actively and repeatedly been hit on by a spectrum of individuals. My thing obviously is, as I said before, as being a demi, I need the emotional connection first. So I very frequently have to go to some degree, but usually I can't tell people, hey, I'm not attracted to your gender, because it doesn't matter to me. But in the vein of like rejection in general is kind of what I'd rather talk about, because like what you want to do, I find the best way personally is don't jump straight to the rejection. Don't jump straight to, you have to have a conversation, obviously. The conversation has to be had at some point, because you don't want to make the other person uncomfortable, but it's not okay for them to make you uncomfortable either. It's like a two-way street. So ultimately, you're having to have the conversation because there is a level of discomfort that needs to be resolved first. And so you don't start out with that conversation by saying, hey, fuck off. Be nice about it. Bring it up in such a way if you're like, hey, look, I really respect you for, like Cappy was saying, I respect you as a coworker, as a friend, as a whatever. Bring that up first. Be like, I like you as a person, and I enjoy the time we spend together, and whatever other qualifiers you have for them. If they're a good friend, like I love hanging out and playing games. If they're a coworker, like you're a great person to rely on, like at work, all that kind of stuff, whatever the case may be. And then lead into like, but some of the things you've done recently and some of the advances you've made have made me uncomfortable, and I just want you to know where my boundaries are. Don't say I'm rejecting you. Don't say don't come on to me. Don't say any of that kind of stuff. Make it a simple matter of my boundaries have been crossed and I'd like to resolve that situation. And then it becomes less of you telling them to get lost and more of you saying, can you help me to resolve our mutual situation? You're drawing them into the resolution that way. And I find that's generally, whether it's a sexuality thing or not, I feel like that's the best way to go about it.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Just on that note, you're
Well
saying
said.
like don't just reject them off the bat. Actually, reminds me of a thing I saw like in one of my like professional workhorse things. Is bookending, which is if you have something negative to say, you start with something positive, put the negative in the middle, and then put a positive at the end. So by the
Exactly.
end of the conversation, they feel overall positive about it, but they still got like negative information.
Yeah.
But then also just right at the end there, you're saying like join them into it. So it makes you more of a rather than a you versus them, which then creates conflict between you and them because
Yeah.
humans are never good with you versus them conflicts and then diffusing those. You make it instead of you and them versus the problem,
Right. Exactly.
which puts you on a team and people work better on a team.
Exactly.
But, like-
Draw them into the resolution.
Yeah. In the history of humanity, I don't think there's ever been a good solution to making a you versus them.
Right. And it's always going to be awkward no matter what you do about it. There's never going to be a situation where it's like it's going to be
Oh,
okay
yeah.
in the end. Like everybody says, literally everybody says, we all say, look, I'd rather just know, right? We all say, I'd rather just hear it. I'd rather you come out and told me, whatever. We all make a big show saying we'd all rather just be informed. But as soon as we get informed, feelings get hurt. Or, minds get like, feathers get ruffled, whatever. Minds go to the worst possible places every single time. So there's really no avoiding the awkwardness. Someone's going to be upset. So the best you can just do is to be as forthright as you can about it, draw them into the resolution. And if that's all said and done, they choose to then continue to press the problem. Now it's their problem. And you just have to let them go and like be like apologetic, like, well, I'm sorry, but if you're not willing to respect my boundaries, then I can't be around you kind of situation. Don't be mean about it. If they choose to be mean about it, that's very sad and unfortunate. And I usually feel worse for the other person than I do for myself because I'm like, well, it's really sad for me that you chose to go that route. Like, and I actually still currently to this day, presently, right now, this moment, have some people I still have unresolved feelings because of that issue. Not romantically, but like really close friends have had falling outs and they've chosen to take it those directions. And I still feel really upset about it. But it's not because of my own hurt, it's because I wish they hadn't been that way and I wish that things had gone differently, but it's not your fault and it's not your thing that you have to hold on to. But
Yeah,
just saying that doesn't always make it
I
easy to not,
understand.
so
Yeah, I understand that thing. Like you perceived a future where things turned out all right, and
yeah,
like everything was like happy and fun, and that's not the future of this world.
right.
And it's like I really wish it could have just been good for everyone. Like everyone was happy with this because I have a similar thing with that. I'm pretty sure I've like told you all about the friend group that like lost connection with.
Yeah.
That for a while there, I blamed myself, and then I blamed them, and I blamed myself, and it was a whole bunch of going between. But at its core, I was just thinking like I had this whole idea in my head of like this is going to be like the friend group I have for the rest of my life, and like having that real connection, and having them apparently not have the same connection and just cutting off ties without without communicating it properly if they were having a problem or just not communicating it at all,
Mhm.
and then claiming, oh yeah, we told you about this and you never did anything about it, when they haven't communicated it in a way where I can actually like do something about it.
Right.
Yeah,
And just
that's never
seeing
gonna
what,
feel good.
No.
yeah, seeing what possibly could have been and then seeing what is, and the difference between those two is just, oh
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
sad. And
Both
it's
was another
always
word.
it's always extra sad when like two people feel differently about the same situation and those things become at odds. Like not everybody is always going to connect the same way with everything or each other. And it's a
mm.
sad state of just the way the world is sometimes. We just have to do our best. Don't be a
'Cause,
dick.
yeah, from what I've heard though, they see me as basically a very like evil person, and they are like afraid and hurt. And I just don't wish for them to be afraid or hurt, even with how much I've been hurt by it as well. I do not wish to see anyone else be hurt, whether
Right.
by me or just like by accident or by purpose. I just don't want to see people be hurt.
Right.
yeah.
Like I've been hurt enough. I know how much it sucks. I don't want anyone else to suffer that way. And I
Some people are
can't.
unfortunately committed to perceiving the wrong, their own
Mm,
convenient
Yeah, some people are just
yeah.
interpretations
yeah.
of a way.
Some people are predisposed to just finding it easier to vilify everybody else and make it all about not their problem and how they didn't do anything
Mhm.
wrong. And they just push
Mm,
on. That's the last friend I had. That I had the fall. You all know her. And it's like that's the last falling
yeah.
out that we had. And it's like every conversation I had with this person, every conversation, every crossword, every argument, every confrontation always came back to all the ways that it was my fault. And anytime I tried to make an understanding or try to discuss it or try to like make it better, it was always like my lack of respect, my boundaries
Mhm.
crossed, my issue. My issue was me. It was me. It was me. And anytime I tried to be like, well, you da da da, no, because this is why you're wrong. And it was always all the information. Like it's they just vilified
Mm,
me, and I'm sure they still do too. They're whatever friends they currently have, but
yeah.
nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. And I feel that too. And I wish no one else would have that kind of pain, but unfortunately, I can't heal the entire world. What I can do though is heal my little corner of it. Be
Just
there
do our
for
best
anyone
for
else
it.
who's been hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. Just but yeah, I absolutely understand that seeing a future of like joy and peace and seeing that like be broken and not how like things turn out, it's just it sucks.
Yeah.
But also just what I have you here, and it's not particularly related, but I remember.
Okay,
some
well, if it's
old
not particularly
story
related, I'm
from
going to give you
some-
about 2 minutes. I have to potty, so I'm going to wrap this up very soon.
Good job. Just an old story of kitsunes that can see through their tails like 9 different realities, like what could have been, what was, what never will be, what
Mhm.
never was, just things like that. But
I'm
I've
familiar
never
with that
been able to
legend.
find the source again. I've never been able to find the source again.
Which sauce?
Just like where that came from, or like
Oh,
even what
the sauce of the
like,
meme.
legend was.
I thought you meant the sauce of reality. I was
Oh.
like, I'm ready. Let me hit me with this. Let's hear it. Oh, not the sauce of
I bet
reality.
it's
Okay, that's fine.
spicy.
It's probably
That's not going to
spicy.
fit in 2 minutes.
Fair. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. Turn the camera off. I have to potty so bad. So, hope everybody
Yeah.
enjoyed meeting Tam and Cappy. I'm really happy to have had them on finally, and
Hello.
we now have had all the major players that may show up in this podcast have now been in the first couple of episodes, which makes me endlessly happy. This is such a good feeling for me. I feel like
Yay.
I have this very good, like, you know, when you're like getting your like little ADHD products in a row, and you're like, I want this to be this way, and you get it, you're like, yes, done, bam. I'm so happy now.
Yeah.
So now in the future, just whoever's around, I'll just do a recording of whoever's around. Like if we get into a recording, I'm like, does anybody feel like doing a podcast recording? Just whoever's around, I'll just message people. It'll be great. So thank you guys
Yeah.
for coming on. Thank you
It's
for
wh-
sharing your stories.
Yay.
You've seen that ADHD thing is where you've seen a future of everything working out, and it gets to that point of everything working out. It's like,
Mhm.
This one particular aspect did, anyways.
but just yippee!
Yippee! Thank you guys
Yippee.
for coming on and hanging out.
Such an awesome creature.
Thank you, Gorby, for letting me make fun of you as always and target you with this whole podcast. Thanks to everybody who may
Yay.
watch this in the future.
Gorby, if you take my advice about trying to reject men, for me personally, I will go full yandere.
I was just gonna say to the camera, don't be a dick.
Don't
Be
be a
good
dick.
to
Is
people.
that a threat, Cappy?
That's the main takeaway I'm getting here.
It's a promise.
Okay,
see
but is it a threat as well?
Do you think this can be true?
No.
No? Not this time? Okay.
No,
It felt threatening. Yeah.
Yep. Don't be a
it
dick.
will
Don't be a
be.
dick.
Be
I don't know
kind.
why
Be
those-
polite. Be tolerant.
Like,
Be
why
tall.
did they choose like the words like ass
Done.
and dick for
Tolerant.
just being, a douche?
Oh. I was gonna say because we both
That's
failed that
that's a
one.
topic for another
I know,
podcast. Is why
it's
is every
terrible.
insult genital related?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm turning off the camera now. Bye!
Okay, bye.
Bye.